What's up guys, Chew. Today we're going to be talking about the KINGSONG S20, and as you know, if y'all are new to this hobby, this is probably the #1 wheel that you're seeing across the internet right now. And I've been into this hobby for about 7 years now, and I've been avidly into it for about 7 years, where I pretty much haven't gone a single week without riding an electric unicycle. I pretty much ride every single day, and I've kept up to date relatively well with everything going on with the whole world of electric unicycles. Now, I predominantly just ride the unicycles and enjoy just riding them. And literally, I have a unicycles, for example, I have one that I got in 2017 that still I love to ride till this day. And the technology in that thing is very far outdated, but I still have fun on it. So just letting y'all know, with these unicycles, you don't have to buy the nicest thing out or something with suspension or something like the S20 Eagle as your first wheel. And I'm saying that because I can tell y'all the truth on this, guys. They're giving me the same amount of commission on a $3,000 wheel that they're giving me on a $800 wheel. And that's just the way this whole thing works. So I can be dead honest with you about, about what you should buy and where I stand with that. And I can tell you straight up, if you're just getting your first electric unicycle ever, and if you're not someone that, has been into other hobbies like mountain biking or skateboarding or anything like that and then stuck with it for a long time, I would definitely suggest maybe getting into the hobby by purchasing a lower end unicycle. Get something like a KINGSONG S20, maybe even a 14D, maybe even like something like the KINGSONG 18XL, or either from the Gotway side or Begode. That's the company kind of branched from Gotway name to Begode. If you're new to this whole thing, you'll hear that a lot. But a wheel like the MCM5 is a great option as well, or either like the RS19 or something like that. And that'll give you really all you want at a much lower price than this thing right here if you're a new rider. And everybody else that is a seasoned rider that has wheels will tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you right now. You really don't have to buy this wheel if you're a brand new rider. Granted, it is eye candy. Granted, it's going to look good when you post it in the Facebook groups and on your Instagram page. And yes, whenever you ride around town, it will draw way more eyes and look way cooler than most of the other unicycles that have come out before this. 100%. But in the performance factor side, and in the fun side, and in the whole rideability and what you get out of the machine from a standpoint of a user standpoint, you really can get a ton of fun at a quarter of the price of this thing right here. So I definitely suggest doing that. And I don't think that the guys over at these companies are going to hate me for saying that, because they're still going to want to try to sell some of these lower end unicycles, and the prices are dropping on them, guys. With these new unicycles coming out, they're going to be at a premium price because people want them so bad. People are going to be literally filling the pre-orders on these, so they're going to be able to sell them at a premium price. And now, if you think about it this way, wheels that are older, for example, like the 18XL, I've said, is a phenomenal option. I would get that wheel over the 16X just because it is simply better for off-roading, etc. Just a bigger wheel is just better overall for a lot of scenarios. Like at the Apple Valley race where you saw the Nikola and then my InMotion V12 really perform well, the smaller wheels, it's just because the guys that thought it through knew that scenario would be better for a smaller wheel, where you're going to be cutting in your corners really tight and you don't need long range. Why would you want to go out there and throw around extra weight? So that's why we ran the Nikola AR and the InMotion V12. I even said before the race, I said to Jesse Garner, I said, dude, I got the secret weapon. And I didn't even tell him what it was. That's how confident I was in the InMotion V12 to win that race. I didn't know the Nikola AR existed, bro. I literally didn't even know that the Alien Rides Nikola Plus was a thing. And if I would have realized that and realized somebody was bringing that, I'd have really been like, okay, I got something to worry about, dude. But I was like, okay, man, I can hit 41 miles an hour on my InMotion V12 before it even starts beeping at me. 41 miles an hour? yeah, the Shermans are gonna fly past me and catch up to me on that back stretch. But everywhere else, dude, I will be able to rocket ship out of the corners and be good to go. And it was true. The InMotion V12, I got there, and listen to this. So I got there and I had the Commander in the truck, I had my scooter, and I also got my hands on the S20 for the first time. So I really wasn't caring too much about going on the racetrack and riding. I was really confident in my ability on the InMotion V12 to go out there and just rock it. So I literally, this is not even a lie, I swear straight up, all my practice laps were on the Commander, because in my head I was thinking, let me keep the InMotion V12 at 100% charge. At exactly 100% charge, I'll go do all my practice laps on the Commander. I just need to get a feel for the track. I can hop on the InMotion V12 and then it'll be like even lighter weight to me. So if you're a dirt bike rider, you know this. If you're riding like your 250 or something like that, and you get on like a little 85, like a little kid's like little bike, you can throw that thing around like nothing, bro. Like literally, it's almost ridiculous how easy you can ride that thing. So in my head, I was thinking, I'll put the Commander away, this 3600 watt hours, get out the InMotion V12 that's just as fast, that has half the weight in it, and then I'll be able to just peel on these people, bro. I'll be able to just go out there and just rocket ship, rip this, no problem. So I did my time trial, and I wasn't even going for first place on my time trial. Legit, wasn't really even going for it, guys. I just wanted to get up there near the front, and then I knew that if I'm near the front, it's all just working with what I got. And then so that's what I did. I got 5th place, qualified 5th place on it, and I knew, man, I was like, dude, I can give me 3 corners and I'll be able to overtake these Shermans and these EXNs. And so that's what I did, bro. I literally took off on that thing, but like I was just like, what? About halfway through the race, like this is how non-nervous or how uncaring I am about the race. I didn't look at what anybody else was riding. I didn't look at what the guys were wearing in front of me. I didn't even know who it was in front of me. I literally, at the end of the race, I was like, yo, Sheridan, was that you that passed me? Or like, was that like, because I didn't even care. I literally don't care. I literally go, and that's one big thing that I was always taught. You go and you run your own race. You don't look back, you run your own race. That's one thing you'll never see me do. You'll never see me looking back over my shoulders in the race. I might do it if I can literally see across the corner like this, but you'll never see me look back in a race ever, man, because I've had that happen before where you look back and that dude passes you right there and it's like, oh shit. I raced go-karts for 5 years, and then I raced dirt bikes after that for like 4 years. Honestly, I think it is a really cool thing that it is like that, and I wouldn't trade it for a damn thing, man. I think that is the most awesome thing in the world, that somebody blindsided me out there with bringing in a wheel that I didn't even think of. I literally did not even think of that, guys, because look, the Nikola Alien Rides Edition, I think it'll go 45 miles an hour without even beeping. So you got to think, it's the same exact size wheel, goes 45 miles an hour without beeping, and that's literally what it took. It has pretty much I think it has the exact same watt hours in it, and the only difference is that 3 mile an hour difference, guys, for that back stretch. And in this video, if you aren't seeing this video, I'm probably gonna, all right, you're probably seeing this video before I upload the race footage. The race footage is a lot to upload, and I want to announce it and make it really cool. I'm not going to change anything in the race footage at all. It's going to be raw footage, and it's going to be all announced by me. It's going to be sick, but that's going to be coming up soon, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. I had the InMotion V12 about to blow up, bro. The thing was beep 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 beep, and I had the sound wave on the entire race too, bro. And literally just to mess with people, bro. They didn't say I couldn't have it on, but I had the sound wave on too. So whenever you hear me going behind you, it's just fucking the InMotion V12 just cooking along, bro. It was hilarious. And even in the pit area, because I had the only machine at the entire place that had the soundboard turned on in it. There was one other guy with InMotion V12, but he wasn't racing it, and he thought I was crazy to think about even trying to race it, especially in the sportsman class. I was like, bro, like there's something about the InMotion V12, man. It like as much caveats as there has been with that wheel. I'm telling you guys, like this year I probably have put the most miles on that wheel. And that's why I was like, dude, I'm running it. Like I feel so confident with cornering on that thing, with literally hitting little jumps, hitting everything in between, man. And I seriously feel like I ended up crashing in the race, and in the crash you can see what happened. I got hit by a wind gust. Last year, the guy behind me got hit by a wind gust and blown across the track. And like literally the wind, dude, will take you out at this track. And it's not like BS, and it's not just, you know, me trying to like make up like some crap that happened or an excuse for the reason I got ninth place, bro. I think it's hilarious. I got ninth place. I had a great time out there, and like, dude, I race hard, bro. And when I lose, I'll straight up admit it, dude. And like, I honestly, dude, like I have more fun on the races where I end up crashing and not winning it, because it, like, I learned something from it. I literally learned something from it, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I just feel like I give it my all. Like if I go out there and I crash and I don't get first place and I end up getting ninth, and I know that I really gave it my all and I literally put on a show for the people that came out there and watched, then that's what it's all about. I didn't get hurt too bad. I did get some road rash on the butt, and having to drive home. I drove home 16 hours and through a snowstorm too. So I was really in the car for like 24 hours, and the road rash on the rear end wasn't the best, but all in all, dude, I didn't get hurt too bad. Had a great time out there, and congrats to everyone. You know, congrats to first place. I think his name is Show from Alien Rides. Congrats to you, dude. Congrats to Lee. Congrats to everyone. Literally, they had 3 different classes, guys. There was so many people. This needed to be a 3-day event. Like, I literally had people left and right saying, yo, what up, Chooch? What up, Chooch? Like, literally, I was, like, amazed, bro. I've never been to an electric unicycle event like this, and I never thought it would grow to, like, something like this. Every event I've been to in the past has been nothing but electric skateboarders. And then, like, maybe 10 electric unicycles out there in total. And it's always been like that. It's always been more one-wheels and electric skateboards. This time, it was, like, 30-to-1 electric unicycles to everything else. And, dude, the electric unicycle community, for the most part, is just genuinely good people, man. They are really good people, like, honestly. And in racing, that's important, man. Because I've seen it all, like, dude, and so in dirt bike racing, there's the best people you ever meet. In car racing, you got some meatheads out there. I'll say that. And so that's why, like, that's why I'm more about the off-road racing. And you'll see that, you will definitely see that, guys. Like, in any time you try to do track racing, there's always going to be complainers, bro. There's always going to be complainers out there. There's always going to be people that don't feel like they got their fair share or whatever it may be. And that's why I hate track racing, bro. Because you have somebody with a flag that can direct it. And there's somebody that can be bitched at the end about the way the rules are run. And off-road racing, where you have a start point, everybody takes off at that start point. You go ripping through the woods. You get rowdy. You know, you got limited rules on it. You know, for the most part, you hope you don't have people that are going to intentionally do some stupid shit, like run into you or anything like that. But for the most part, woods racing is just 10 times better in off-road racing than track racing. And I love track racing. I actually won the track race last year, and I'm good at track racing. I'm confident in it, and I love it. But I'm telling you, the political side of track racing has always been there. It's always been in NASCAR. It's always been in F1. It's always been in late model, short track, shifter karts, everything. The culture in car racing sucks compared to the off-road community. I'm telling you, it really does. All right, little rant over. Anyways, guys, back to it. I really think that you don't need to buy the KINGSONG S20 if you're just getting into this. I think other wheels, for example, like the race is like half the price of this thing. So if you want like a fast wheel to commute around your city, something compact, lightweight, that doesn't have the extreme range these have, but has the range that you're going to need for your day-to-day errands, day-to-day fun, and just be able to go out with some buddies, get them involved, have some fun. You really can pick a lot of different other options, and they're all going to be linked below and the sites below, guys. I know it might be confusing to look at, and I think I might be taking a hit by trying to branch out to so many sites, but the reason I have all those sites listed below is because I'm an affiliate with all of them, and you can pick which one you want to buy from, guys. Straight up, they're all good guys. Like, I probably know Nathan that owns Rev Rides the best out of all of them, and I can tell you straight up, they will have your back on your purchase afterwards, man. They have a team up there, a beautiful shop, and a team that will literally make everything right. You send them a message, they're going to reply quick, and they're going to make any problem you have right, guys. And I seriously, like, I know they will go above and beyond on it, because Nathan sponsored everybody. He sponsored like 5 people, I think like 6 people, man, to go out to this race. He brings the RV out there. Nathan really goes above and beyond, and I know if he does that just in the racing culture, then he definitely does it at the shop. So I know pretty much every one of these guys that own these companies, but definitely I probably know Nathan the best, just straight up. So if you're in the United States, I know Rev Rides will have your back. Of course, eWheels is a great place. They've been around forever. Jason has always had my back. Absolutely the OG of the eWheel community. eWheels listed below. And if you want to pick up a wheel and you're in the UK, overseas, the link for eRides. eRides, I also have a discount code for 5% off, and 5% goes a long way, guys, whenever you're buying a hefty price wheel such as the S20. So don't overlook clicking that link below. All the links have their benefits below already on them, or either you can click and go to the actual site and then type in the code that is next to the link, and then you'll receive your discount. Anyways, it's been Chooch. Particular wheel right here, the KINGSONG S20, it's going to be $3,200, they suspect. You can go ahead and put in your pre-order below right now. If you use the Rev Rides link below, what will happen is your pre-order is going to only be $50 if you use the link I have below, or the link I have right here. If you go anywhere else and you just pre-order it, your pre-order is going to be $100. That money will be returned to you whenever you go and get your actual wheel. So whenever you go to make your full payment, you're not going to have that extra $50 is going to come off of there. So definitely use that link. Any money you can save goes a long way. $50, that's a fill up in your gas tank right there. So think of it that way, and click that link below, and don't pass up on free money. The KINGSONG S20, if you want to know the specs, is going to have a 3,300 watt motor in it. It's going to go 43.5 miles an hour, and I took it up to that. I can tell you that is about the top speed, because, man, I can just really tell in my head whenever I'm riding these things about the speed now after riding them for so long. And whenever I hit the beeps on the back stretch at Apple Valley, that was about 43.5 miles an hour. I can tell you. That's why I wanted to race it, is because it was literally the fastest wheel I'd been on all day. I didn't bring a wheel that was faster than that. I brought the EXN, the Commander, and the V12. And out of all those wheels, the S20 was faster than all of them. And it literally felt way more solid, rugged, and safe, just accelerating to that top speed on that back stretch. 100%, I swear to you. And even though I hit the beeps, it felt way more It just felt way safer and way faster up to that 43.5 miles an hour than the V12, the EXN, or the Commander. Like straight up. The Commander felt good up to 40, man, but I have the Commander high torque. So don't hate on the Commander because I'm saying this. I had the wrong Commander for the racetrack. So the Commander I had was great for the place I went after the racetrack. I went to Moab, Utah to ride the trails there, and the Commander shined on the trails where you have to climb like 45-degree angles at. But different wheels for different scenarios. So it's a whole different thing on this. And man, just do your research, and if you're seriously, just know where you're gonna ride, know what you want to ride, and don't go spending way too much money on something if you're just getting into the hobby, man. Get you an entry-level wheel that's a few, just like right around that $1,200 mark or $2,000 mark, and beat it all up, dude. Thrash that thing and have the best time you ever want on it, and then buy this once you get good, so you don't tear this new shiny wheel up. Anyways, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video, throw the thumbs up, and I will see you dudes in the next one. If you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate y'all sticking around, clicking that bell notification. I got more content on the way and gonna be pumping it out, so I will definitely love to see y'all stick around.